Okay, so Jesus said we should love our neighbour as ourselves, and through the parable of the Good Samaritan, he tells that our neighbour is anyone in need. But where do we start? If we're going to breathe out and share the love of God and help transform the world, what are the first steps? Well, there are a very wide range of different projects and ministries in the church. There's room for everyone to contribute, and we need help from everyone. Whether it's getting involved with the food bank or mowing the churchyard, helping with the gift house to home project, or setting up for services, helping at the bereavement cafe or working on the building development project, providing a listening ear to those in need, or helping put on community events that bring people together, serving on the PCC, helping with youth and children work, being in prayer groups, or helping with the cleaning or flowers rota. We aren't a large church, but there are over 45 different ministries where people can use their time and talents to help. There's a role for everyone, and no matter where you are in following Jesus, we all have a part to play. But why should we serve as part of the church? We all have some things that we give our time to that energize us, and there are other things we do that drain us. COVID has helped or made many of us step back from the busyness of life, from our usual routines, and given us a chance to think again about what's important to us, what's important in our lives. But with the mess in our world, the need for the love of God is as great as it has ever been. We don't get involved in serving in church because we need to sustain the institution of the church. The local church is not the hope of the world because of the building or the staff or the religious services. As we explored at the beginning of the week, the local church is the hope of the world because God calls it to change the world by helping people meet with his transforming love. That's how hearts are changed. But it's not just about transforming the world. When we serve, then we are transformed too. Serving is part of what it means to be a disciple of Jesus, part of how we learn and grow to know life in all its fullness, part of how we live life in the kingdom of God. When we do something that makes a difference for others, then we can be inspired and encouraged by that experience. However, in becoming the people that God calls us to be, God does not intend for us to be worn out, fed up, or drained by ministries that are a duty and not a joy. There will always be some parts of ministry that we would rather not do. I don't feel like I'm called to do the washing up at home, but I still do it. But it's important that we are involved in some ministries that are fulfilling and life-giving. We need areas of serving that we look forward to doing, where we can feel in some small or big way that we are making a difference. In years to come, as God looks back in history to see the greatest contribution to God's kingdom in October 2022, it won't be a series of talks online about discipleship or the hours I've spent this week reviewing and refining diocesan budgets. But it will be the man who served a cup of tea to someone that really needed it, the person who lent a listening ear to a work colleague, the woman who comforted a crying child. Sometimes we'll never know the impact we've had with the smallest of things we do. We might make a massive difference through just the smallest act of love, through the simplest way of sharing the love that God has given us. So how do we serve as part of the church? Each of us has different gifts and talents, different passions and abilities, different skills and different personalities. We all have something different to bring to the table. Each of us is shaped differently, and as a community, we work together to help people find the best places that they're suited to serve. There are so many roles in the church that all work together, like Paul says, as parts of the body, each one doing their part to make a difference in our ability as a church to continue to love God, serve people, and grow community, to become the people God is calling us to be, to help do our part to bring the kingdom of God here on earth. I am hugely grateful to everyone who has given their time and talents and energy over the years I've been here in Edgehill. In the busyness of life and in busyness of church, it helps to raise our eyes and remind ourselves about God's greater project, this goal to change the world. And we're all here because some people before us invested their time and talents and energy in us. As we play our part, then we're helping to pass on that investment of love for generations to come. If you're not sure where to begin, or if you want to lay down or change a ministry you're involved in, please get in touch with one of the church leadership team. We have a guided reflection process to help people discern where God might be calling them to serve. There's another way we can help too, and we'll look at that tomorrow. I hope you can join us.